Daily Fox Sports News.
Let's head to Bathurst now, where the cars will be on track later today, vying for pole for tomorrow's 1,000-kilometre race. Speed commentator Aaron Noonan is at Mount Panorama and caught up with a man who had a very lucky escape during yesterday's practice session.
Well, it's a big weekend here at Mount Panorama with the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000, and today is an important day. It's Top 10 Shootout Day, where we decide pole position for tomorrow's big 161-lap V8 Supercar Classic. Full man is Jamie Whincup. He's been fast all weekend, the reigning Peter Brock Trophy champion, fastest in qualifying in the 40-minute session. That means he'll run last against the clock this afternoon with 7 Commodores and 3 Falcons in the Top 10 Shootout. One Ford that is not there, though, is young gun Chaz Mostert. He's with me now here on Fox Sports News. Chaz, car damage yesterday. You didn't get to qualify. You'll start rear of grid for tomorrow's big race. But tell me about that accident. That was nasty.
Yeah, made a little drive error yesterday. Got a bit hungry out there in the practice session, trying to get ready for qualifying, and yeah, it cost the team quite highly. So fortunately, the boys have worked a really late night, and we'll be back out there for practice today.
That car looked really, really badly damaged. How badly was it, and what time did the crew work till last night?
I think the crew packed up pretty late last night. I haven't got a time yet, I only just got in myself, but you know, they did a fabulous job. There was a lot of cosmetic damage, and there was a couple of big parts damage as well, but the boys have done an awesome job. I'm not too sure if it was bad as Tim Slade's, but yeah, it was still bad enough for me.
Tim Slade's Mercedes is another car that missed qualifying yesterday. It will start at the rear of the grid tomorrow afternoon. But the irony here is, Chaz, you're running a special livery this weekend. It's the green stuff green Falcon livery that Dick Johnson ran back in 1983, 30 years ago. And the meaning behind it is because he had a massive crash himself. So I don't think they meant you to replicate the history quite like that.
Yeah, I don't think they meant for that to happen. I thought it would look cool, but it didn't happen like that. No, it's unfortunate, but we'll get out there today.
Tell me about how this car will be today. You get a chance to have some practice time, warm up tomorrow morning, and then, of course, the big race that starts at 10:30 a.m. local time here at Bathurst on Sunday. Will you have a car that's as good as you had over the course of the last few days?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe even a little bit better. You might have the little demon tweak in it now. Not too sure. But, you know, the car wasn't too bad in the practice session. Just drove it a little too hard. And we'll probably tweak it up a bit through today, and we'll see how we go.
Chaz Mostert here is one of the young emerging stars of the V8 Supercars Championship. He had a race win at Queensland Raceway earlier on in the year. Plenty of chat in the media this weekend about his future now. You're contracted to Ford Performance Racing. You're loaned out essentially to Dick Johnson Racing. Plenty of stories going around. What's happening for 2014?
I just got to get through Bathurst this weekend and get back to the workshop and talk about what's happening. Obviously a bit of speculation everywhere, but to be honest, just getting through this race this weekend means a lot to me, and that's all I'm focused on.
How hard will it be this afternoon to sit back and watch the top 10 shootout? Because at the time of your crash, you were a top 10 runner on speed.
Yeah, a car I reckon would have been in the top 10. Qualifying was obviously a lot tighter than what the practice sessions were, but I think we had a car that could have probably had a possibility of being in the top 10, but fortunately we didn't get there, and that's the way it is. But you know, hopefully we've got a really fast race car and we can pick a few off and hopefully get in that top 10 by the end of Sunday.
We look forward to seeing Chaz Mostert back on the track. It is a massive day at Mount Panorama for the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000. The Top 10 Shootout is one of the all-important events that the drivers look forward to. Each of the 10 drivers gets the track to themselves, the 6.213-kilometre Mount Panorama circuit, one of the most famous in the world. 10 drivers against the clock. 2 of them, Scott McLaughlin and Alex Premer, have never done a Top 10 Shootout here at Bathurst. And for the first time, their team at Fujitsu Racing are both in the top 10. It's set to be a big day here at the Mount in the race tomorrow, but the fight for pole is this afternoon.
It sure is. Thank you very much, Aaron Noonan. And a reminder, you can catch the race in stunning high definition tomorrow night on Speed, Channel 512